Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today. I wonder if we could just start by asking you to share a little bit about your family.
Sure. Well, I have a boy, Liam, who is 7, and I have a girl, Taya, who is 5. Um, Liam is a very exuberant child, very high energy. He's a lot of boy. And then there's Taya, who's the opposite. She's quiet and shy, and so you got the very loud, exuberant child, and then the quiet, shy child. So,
Which of those two children do you think are probably more at risk at smoking someday?
well, I've got to say Liam because it's very important for him to fit in and have a lot of friends. So I'm worried about the peer pressure part of it. I think he'd do anything to go along with his friends and fit in.
You're actually right. There is a right and wrong answer to that question.
Oh, good.
Kids that tend to be more outgoing, to be more full of energy, they tend to be at a higher risk for getting involved with tobacco later on. So it's really important with both your kids because nobody is immune to smoking. I mean, everybody's at risk because, 25% of teenagers still wind up smoking. So everybody, there's some risk, even though some are more at risk than others. But it's particularly important with Lem that you help him understand how important it is at an early age to stay healthy, and that includes not smoking.
Right. Well, I think that's very true, and I do stress how important it is for him to stay healthy and how really bad it is for him to smoke. And he's really kind of running with that right now. I hope it stays that way, but I'm worried as he grows up it'll change as he sees some of his friends maybe smoking. But right now he is 100% positive that he will never smoke.
That's a real good insight on your part, though, that just because he's 100% against it now doesn't mean that later, he won't change his mind.
Right,
So you've
that's
got to
what I'm
keep
afraid of.
reinforcing that message. It's talk early and talk often. If you get to the point in a relationship between parents and kids that there's a lot of rebellion, a lot of conflict, or what you can call a power struggle, where you're pushing and they're pushing and you'll do it my way, no I won't,
Right.
then they become more at risk of smoking because it's, in their mind, it's, I'm not going to let you run my life. So I'm going to
Yes.
show you that you can't make me not smoke. So a big part of prevention is the relationship you have with your kids and continuing to build a positive relationship even while you're disciplining them, even while you're supporting them in solving problems, but not to make it seem like you're trying to run their life for them because as they become preteens and teenagers, that's something that they don't want to see happen. They want to feel their independence.
Well, that brings me to a question that I've been wondering about. My kids have asked me if I have ever tried smoking.
Oh, yes.
And when they were younger, and I don't even know if they're going to remember this, but I did. I tried smoking in college, and I told them I did try it once, but it made me really sick, and I regretted it, and I will never smoke again. But I wonder if I did the right thing by telling them that I tried cigarettes, if it makes it look like it's okay to try it in their eyes.
I think it's fine that you share that. What you don't want to do is lie to them. You don't want to say, no, I never tried it, and you did. It's your credibility as a parent's very important. And if they ever suspect you're lying to them or find out you're lying to them, then it really erodes that credibility.
Yes, and we have talked to the kids about how difficult it is to quit smoking. Their friend across the street has a father who's been trying to quit for years, and Liam knows that of like 5 cases in the last year when he said, well, I'm definitely quitting this time. And then he'll see him out on the front stoop smoking again, and he'll say to me, I don't understand. He told me he was quitting. Why is he smoking again? And I'll say, well, Liam, that's the thing about smoking. It's so difficult to quit no matter how hard you try. Some people just can't stop. That's why it's important never to start.
Perfect.
So hopefully
Great,
that'll
great
sink
answer.
in.
I find that very often that if you go in to have the heavy one-to-one conversation, the kids resist it. But if you're sitting in a restaurant or driving to school or an activity, and you see something that can segue into it, then it's a lot easier to get into the conversation.
Yes, and it is important to talk to them when they are in a listening mode, when they're ready to talk to you about it, rather than them talking about it for 5 minutes and then talking about the video game that they're playing. can always seem to sense when Liam is in a listening mood. It's like when we're riding in the car, or when he is maybe sitting quietly drawing a picture, and I always have to jump on those opportunities because so many times he gets very distracted, and I have a big problem with that, with him being distracted and not really listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. But sometimes a 5-minute conversation is good. You know, good. The short talks are helpful too. Sandy, thanks so much for coming in and talking with us today. You've got some great ideas, and I think your kids are going to really benefit from that.
Oh, thank you so much. I've enjoyed it.